Alrighty. To my man Dave in Vermont. Oh boy. I don't know where you found these articles, but you have given me an article that has just answered a mystery that I have been trying to figure out since I was 6 years old. And I'm right now mind blown away. I am just, it makes sense now. If this did happen, and if this was a spirit at the time that I seen this, then I'm going with this all day. All day. I am literally putting some money on this. And like I said, I am very quiet. And wow, I just can't get over what this this article says. Now here's a guy that's been searching for Indian artifacts and looking for Indian dwellings. Oh my God, man. I can't even breathe right now because I'm just so mesmerized. I am I am just lost for fucking words. And to find this out, and holy shit. I definitely know why I'm here and put on earth. I definitely know that these places that my man Dave in Vermont had sent me are very, very crucial part of my life. And yes, I am going to continue with my work on this very, very highly and as much as I can. But as I will read this, if you haven't already started, and man, I just don't know where to begin. I am, breathless and speechless. Now, this is an article. Many swamps were named after dangerous animals likely to be encountered there, such as bear swamps, wolf swamps, and Catamount mountain lion swamps. And he theorized, and this is the guy who does the article, says that that top hit was used similarly as a warning about the dangers that could be experienced in those particular swamps. Indians, he said, used the islands in the middle of swamps as places of settlement and refuge. He noted that now this story I have already covered. Mary Rawlinson, which Mary Rawlinson was the woman in, I believe it was, I want to say over there at, Lancaster, who had been captured by the Indians and was held captive for, yes, I did, because she wrote about the Indians and about their wicked ways of how they would act. And I did go over this. I did write into this, and do a video on this, and wrote about living on the islands in swamps. That I don't think I read about or knew. But I know she was documenting, right, what was going on during her captivity. Increased Mather, a Puritan minister of the time, observed every swamp to them is a castle. He said, undiscordingly, the link between swamps and the native inhabitants. But why were these swamps considered so hellish? Meaning, right, they used to use, now, like I say in my King Philip War, when the Indians went to Bridgewater and the Freetown Swamp and disappeared before the English eyes, or the English, right there was the moment in truth of time that the English thought that these Indians were evil devils. And what they used to do on these swamp islands was swamps were not only dwelling places for Indians, but were also places of shaman rituals. Now, do the swamps back then must have looked very, very, hauntingly looking. And demonic is right. And why they used to make the white men chase them out to these swamp areas is why they did this singing, dancing, the yelling, the war dance, you shall call it. And oh man, Dave, I thank you for giving me this article, because they would have bonfires, which floating lights he added for a minister. This is what these people saw, the English or whatever. The activity taking place in very fiery swamps convinced him that these rituals were diabolical and a form of devil worshipping, he said. This is not devil worshipping. This is where you get your stories of the skinwalker, the Pukwudgie, and all these mythological creatures that the Indians made to keep the white man off of sacred Indian grounds. So that being said, the 8, this is what I think I'm here for now. And this is why I think I've been communicating with skinwalkers. And you want to know why? And this will tell you why too. And here we have the witches of the Indians, so-called witches. You have these witch doctors. You have these shamans, they call them, doing all this crazy shit. And here they have them devil worshipping. No. And wow, man, I'm still mesmerized of this. Now, the 8 Massachusetts locales with the name Top Hit, including Littleton's Top Hit Swamp and Chisholm, are found in Adams, that's out by the Mohawk Trail, Westminster, Route 2A, going into Gardner, and just before Unitil and Kay's Dairy Bar, you go down a long stretch of road and there's a swamp on each side of the road. That is a Top Hit swamp. That means Indians did their worshipping there, witch doctor, whatever you want to call them, shaman. Fitchburg, I have to find, which I have not found which one it is yet. But so help me if this swamp is near the Revolutionary Cemetery. Now, not only do these swamps all line up, he says in this article, not only do they all line up, but they lead to Salem, Mass. That's where they get the devil worshipping from because of the witches and the witch trials. But also in Shirley, Littleton, of course, Carlisle, Lexington, Lynn. And did I just mention Shirley? Now this is where it gets to where I'm at right now, and I can't breathe. I gotta check the time. I can't. Holy shit. Holy shit. Now, once again, the story is my 6-year-old child self. I was driving down Leominster Shirley Road near, and I just did a video of it, and I got an orb. A string of light that goes up along the side of my phone here. And I just did a video on it. Over by Keating Sand and Gravel. Now, mind you, the story is that I was driving down that road off to the right, going down the hill. I got me a vision of a man, black figure, jumps out in the middle of the road. Hang on a sec, fix this. And literally jumps and stance in the middle of the road. And of course, as a child, it was a haunting vision. But of course, I've always kept it in the back of my mind. And that leads me to this. Dave, get ready for a shocker. Get ready for a holy what the fuck moment. Holy shit. In this Tophet, as I just read, swamps, dangerous animals were named after dangerous animals, recitings in the whole Indian dance, the war dance, the shamans trying to keep the white man off the sacred land. My story has been literally of wondering what was in the road that night. My story ends here, but begins. It ends here, but it begins here too. Because we go over here. And this, of course, Google Maps. Let me see if I can. I want to see if I can get this twisted sideways. And if anybody knows where I'm going with this, be prepared for a shock. Be prepared. Oh shit, where'd my face go? I disappeared my camera. Be prepared though for a shocker. Right here. This is the little island that I stopped at and got my orb that night. Over here, down here where the road goes into a little road down here. I was right there at the edge of this, right where the M is. I was right in between these two sections of trees. That's where I was standing recording that night. In between the I and the M, I was walking back and forth. I mean, I went back where the I was because I thought a truck was coming over there, but I went back to the M. That's where everything I stood and did my video at. And just because it was here, and just because it was a little further up, yeah, it doesn't mean much. But this means a lot to me. Read it and weep, as we have the top hit, Swamp, Shirley, Mass. And here's your little dropper. Does anybody know where I'm going with this? Hang on, let me see if I get my damn thing back up. I ain't gonna get it back up, shit. Does anybody know where I'm going with this, huh? Please comment if you know what I'm talking about. Because there's the swamp. There's my encounter on Shirley Leominster Road with a dark black figure jumping in the road. I think I had an Indian spirit communicate with me since a young fucking age. Unbelievable. Can you believe that? After all these many years, man, Dave, you just had solved an unsolved mystery of mine, and I'm in fucking shock. I'm just mind blown away. This whole area was Indian dwelling. And if there's a little island out here in this swamp, which I'm probably bound to gonna go look for, if I don't fall in and drown, I'm gonna find out why I saw what I did in the road. Yep. Put that in your disbelief, non-believers. Put that in your mind and think about it. This is groundbreaking evidence. Groundbreaking evidence. And where I've been having dreams of skinwalkers, and they have led me to find charted places of updated sightings of them, even though they were made by the Navajo Indians in the West. The sacred land movement is being destroyed, and I think they have communicated with me to tell my story, and even from the past to tell this story. I'm going to leave it at this. Each and every one of you people out there that, I don't know, maybe think I'm fucking crazy, well, look at this. Read it and weep. Read it and weep. Right here. I'm going with that shadowy figure was my shaman. What's been probably following me all along, baby. And that cloud in the sky and the Indian standing on the porch next to me in one of my photos that I see an Indian face. I think I've had these guys following me all along for some apparent reason. Indian spirits. I leave it at this, and I leave you non-believers to take it in. Believe it or not. I don't care what you believe, but I don't lie, and I had that image in my head of a man standing there on the side of the road for I don't know how long, since 6 years old, and now my fucking goddamn story of what the fuck was that has been solved, I think. This is my thoughts and theories, my beliefs, and I'm sticking with this 100%. Once again, thank you, Dave. Awesome fucking article there you gave me. And this right here proves it all. What I seen that night at 6 years old. Believe. Out.